Have you ever asked yourself the question, why are my YouTube ads not working? It can be frustrating, right? You spend this time doing the audience research, you write the script, you shoot the videos, you set up the tracking, you set up the targeting, and you launch your campaign, and a couple days into it, nothing happens. I've been there many times. It's frustrating. I feel your pain. Allow me to help you ease the burden. Look, it's frustrating, and some people may be banging their head against the wall trying to figure out, how do I get my YouTube ads to work? But not you. You're not banging your head against the wall. You're on YouTube watching videos to problem solve this, right? So congratulations, good for you. Way to be a problem solver. So in this video, I want to give you 3 reasons why your YouTube ads are not working, how to identify them, and some levers that you can pull in order to improve the performance again. Over the years here at Video Power Marketing, we have launched many YouTube ads, and sometimes they don't work, right? Maybe it's not spending, maybe it's getting views but not clicks, maybe it's getting clicks but not conversions, right? Like, there's a lot of factors to consider. And so it's important to know that during these times, there's really, my mind goes on several elements of what creates a successful YouTube ad campaign. It's creating the right video, putting it in front of the right audience, and giving them the right offer. So if you're running a campaign and it's not working, chances are it's one of those 3 things. So the first mistake that people make, and I think it's the biggest mistake, is that your video isn't engaging. In fact, I would say probably 80% of the time, if your campaign's not working the way you want it to, it's most likely the video. It's not capturing their attention. It's not giving them a great call to action. So as you go about thinking through the optimization process, I would start with your video. And you know it's the video because you may be getting a lot of views, but no clicks. Or you may be getting a lot of clicks, but no conversions. Again, I think with those factors, those signals, you can start really identifying the video and start to dissect that. Now, when it comes to the video, how do you make an engaging video? There's really 2 key places. It's going to be the first 10 seconds and the last 10 seconds, or really the hook. How are you grabbing people's attention? Are you calling out your audience? Are you giving them a good hook or a promise of what they're going to take away from this video and a good benefit, like something that captures their attention, right? You want to stop people dead in their tracks. So focus on that first 10 seconds and making sure that you really have like a valuable and unique benefit that you can talk to the audience about. And then as you go through that, then making sure that there's a compelling call to action. Like, what do you want people to do after they're done watching the video? I remember one of our early clients, she had this amazing video. Like, it was getting a lot of views. There was no conversions coming through. Like, she had this great funnel. It was working organically, but when she launched these ad campaigns, nothing happened. Like, it was like a really high cost per lead, and she wasn't getting any clients from it. And so she threw her arms up. It's like, what's going on? So I watched her video, and it was like it got your attention, but there was no call to action in the video. So all we did was we shot like a 10-second call to action that invited the viewer to click on the video to watch this training, to watch this webinar. We threw that in there, and we did tweak the hook. We tweaked the hook a little bit, the very intro, but those are the 2 changes we made. And when we relaunched the campaign, it worked right out of the gate. Like, we were getting leads for like $10 and it was crushing it. And she was so excited. In fact, she had to ask us to turn down the ad spend because her salespeople couldn't keep up with all the leads. So that's the power of the video. If you have a great video, almost everything else takes care of itself. The second mistake I see people make when it comes to advertising on YouTube is the offer isn't valuable, or at least the value isn't communicated through the video. So really focusing on creating a valuable offer is critical. And you know it's the offer because it's not the video if you get a lot of clicks, because that's the job of the video is to get clicks. But if you know it's the offer when you get a lot of clicks, but not a lot of conversion. So people are going to your landing page, but they're not taking that next step down the buyer's journey, right? And so the first thing to think of is, what is that next step in the buyer's journey after you have their attention and their interest in what you have? So this is, now they're off of YouTube, they're off the video, and they're on your website. What does that conversion step look like? Is that an opt-in? Is it a download? Is it a webinar opt-in? Is it a purchase? Is it an application? So identify that next step and make sure that you're communicating the value of it. So a quick example is we were advertising for a company, a service-based company. They had these service-based stores throughout the country. So we advertised the free consultation, and our cost per lead was really high. It was like for them, it was like $120, $150 cost per lead, which was it was too high. So what we did is instead of calling them, we reframed it. We said, hey, instead of a free consultation, let's call it let's say get 65% off your first service. And so when you think of creating a valuable offer, think of how does it save the viewer time, money, or energy. And when we built that new offer into the call to action of the video and into the actual landing page in the offer, it wasn't a free consultation, because like, what's the benefit of a free consultation? Like, what's in it for me? Not much. I can get lots of free consults. I could talk to a lot of people, but the benefit was, hey, your first visit gets 65% off. When we switched it to that call to action and that offer, it cut our cost per lead in half. The conversion rate doubled on that landing page. So if you have a great service and a great product and you have the right video, it may just be reframing that offer and really make sure that you're communicating that value. Like, be thinking of what's in it for them, what's in it for me. How does this offer save them time? How does it save them energy, or how does it save them money? And making sure you get very clear and communicate that value to them. That will help resolve your offer issue. The third mistake that I see people make when it comes to advertising on YouTube is they're targeting the wrong audience, right? So if it's not an offer problem, if it's not a video problem, chances are it could be an audience problem, whether it's the audience that you're targeting or the message that you're conveying to that audience. You know you have an audience problem when you have a low click-through rate, or also even sometimes a low conversion rate. That means you're not talking to a relevant audience. So to kind of clarify this, we have a really interesting case study where we were advertising for a company that allowed you to drive a full-size flag from your hitch receiver. And so you could put this big flag on the back of your truck and drive around in it. And when we first started talking with them, we're like, hey, who's going to buy this product? And we thought, oh, people who go to sports games, like tailgaters. So our audience, we thought, was people who tailgate and people who go to sporting events. So that's what our targeting and messaging was built around. But guess what? Come to find out, like, our sales were like flatline. Nothing was happening. So what we did is we sent a customer survey to people who had purchased the product. We said, hey, who are you? And why did you purchase the fan pull? And what we got back was we realized 90% of the customers bought the fan pull not to go to sports games. They bought it because they wanted to fly the American flag. So this whole time we were trying to create a message and target an audience around sports, when really we needed to have a message and audience around patriots and people who love America. And once we figured that out, so how do you solve an audience issue? What's the lever that you can pull to improve your audience? You got to talk to them. Call up your customers on the phone and talk to them. Say, hey, how are you liking the product, or what's going on? Like, get to know your customers, whether that's through a survey or calling them up on the phone. But the better you know your audience, the better your campaigns will perform. In fact, the better your video and the better your offer will perform too. So the one domino to fall is the better and more you know your audience, the better your targeting will be, the better your offer will be, and the better your video will be. So again, if those are the issues, work through that. Is it a video issue? Is it an audience issue? Is it an offer issue? I think a common mistake that we see in the advertising space is people think, oh, advertising doesn't work. You launch a campaign and you run it for a couple weeks and it doesn't work. But here's the thing. Marketing always works. It just rarely works right off the bat. So when you launch your marketing campaign, if it's not working, like, what do you got to adjust? Do you need to adjust the video or the message? Do you need to tweak the offer? Do you need to tweak the audience that you're talking to? So just be mindful of those levers that you can pull when it comes to launching your campaign. Hopefully that was helpful. I hope some of that lands with you as you go about your marketing journey. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay tuned on all of our other great content coming up. Again, our goal is to help you grow your business with video, and we hope you enjoy. All right, there's the video. Do your thing.